Right, I need to full screen this again. Hold up. Mouse? All right. So we're back. It is in fact time to continue, because after a little bit of a break for Eastward, this has returned to the top. I just noticed something that... Hold up. Was that a salamander? Okay, let's take a look at this brooch again. The crystal set into Renba's brooch. It must be the same moon as the shard. That must be the connection. Was that moon some kind of mine, maybe? So let's see here. What were we doing? I think we just visited Iox. And now we're going back to the Eye of the Cyclones. Maybe? Am I allowed to go back to the Eye of the Cyclones? I can't set my course, or did I already set my course? We'll find out. Okay, now I can set my course. That seemed weird. There's still big gaps of the rivers that I haven't seen. We should be able to find them this time, though. We're just going to pass control over to 6 for now. We already know the environment here because we already visited this route. Oh, wow. I didn't expect to immediately end up there. There is air, but no upriver, mistress. We will need to leave the ship here and hopper down. Please do not be alarmed. It is quite safe. The Eye of the Cyclones. Will Renbo be waiting for us here in the center of the storm?
The hopper fired, and for a moment I was gone. Not aboard the Nightingale, not on the moon beneath. It could have been a heartbeat or an hour. But I didn't feel the cold until I reappeared.
A pile of rocks, mistress, smashed together by the waters. It seems Janiki had a taste for places like this. I wonder why. Perhaps he did not like people. This way, then. Oh, this way, then. I hope he'll be pleased to see us. Do you think we will find him? I prefer to believe that we will. I would like to meet him again. I do not remember him well, but I bear him no ill will. Hold it. 6. What's that?
Here, in the middle of the hurricane, there was a house. It was fine. Tucked in below the overhanging rock. Wooden beams, mud brick walls, shutters. Large enough for 2 families to argue over. It would have been measly on Iox and grand on Elbereth. But here, it was impossible.
Someone built this? Buildings do not occur naturally, mistress. It's a bit of a drop. So do not fall, mistress. How did Janiki find it? I still hope we can ask him, mistress. I could vault over the wall here. Please, mistress. The floor beyond would only give way beneath you. We're gonna do it. There's no other way. Here goes. The floor seems sound enough. 6? Where did that robot go?
The ghosts were still here, cooking, reading, doing whatever ghosts do. The house was empty, but it hadn't been abandoned.
Look at this place, Aaliyah. No one would live here. They couldn't. Oh. Okay, Aaliyah's like, nope. I'd better go and find where 6 got to. Hardly comfortable. If the Emperor really lived here, then it wouldn't just be the Empire that fell. And there's an inscription here. It's old, barely visible. Scratched into the plaster. We know a lot more of the words here, but still need more. So we now know that this circular symbol means moon or world or something similar to that. Something close to sentient or living moon prayers then? Not death. Yay, more stuff. How you doing, Blackjack? What's going on, dude? I take it you're probably writing right now. Not friend. I guess it would be the opposite of strain, or of opposite of friend then, due to the X. Did you see all the big news? Stranger prayers. Oh, I know none of this. We're just gonna have to guess here. I still don't know this sentence. Stranger prayers, but I think they... Sailed harm deep. Steal? It's a verb. So it can't be power. Verb combined with something else. I think intend is correct, but it's hard. I would actually think that intend would be combined with the word for think. Not bad, though yesterday was a bit fun. You found out that you saved the chapter you wrote. Oh, you saved over the chapter you wrote and had to write it again after a full day of work. Took you 3 hours, but you got it up and out. Nice! Congrats. That sucks that you had to do it twice, though. Not saving work is going to be the bane of everyone. They in there is definitely correct. Okay. Intend harm. Stranger smiles, but I think they intend harm. I think this is correct. What can you do? That's what happens when you write half asleep. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I got my third chapter out. I think I told you this last time, but I'm also working on a fourth chapter and have a fifth chapter that I started, but, you know, like right now, the fourth chapter is a combination of what I already wrote plus a little bit more before. And it's giving me an opportunity to develop out a character I hadn't developed before. So I'm very happy about that. The rewrite is giving me lots of such opportunities. I've really improved since I wrote the original one, and I didn't realize how much. The angle is interesting too. Scratched by someone lying down. It's just interesting. Mistress, evidently it is good to see you intact, mistress. I thought you'd abandoned me. My apologies, mistress. I did not consider your feelings about my decision to go off alone. Oh, ironically enough. Okay, that fire poker is coming with us because that fire poker is really useful. How did you get down from that arch? I could not climb over the wall, so I drove myself off the cliff edge. Once I had dug myself out of the sand, I found a door. Now you understand why I keep losing robots. They're always doing stupid stuff like that. I don't know why Mayari wanted me to take you with me. The professor cares about your safety. She certainly doesn't care about yours. How much of this have you seen, Blackjack? We're on New Game Plus, so a lot of words have been unlocked at this point, which means that we get a second chance to solve a lot of things that we couldn't solve previously. The house has been built right up against the rock face. Must have been cold here. Whoever lived in this place would have kept their fire burning constantly. I wonder what they did for wood. Good question. Another cot. I found one just like this on the floor above. Someone grew too old or too ill to climb back upstairs, so they made up a bed here instead. Someone died here, mistress. The last emperor of Iox? Is that possible? He lay here under a funeral wrap. Until what? Did Renba take him? Or maybe something ate him. Pleasant thoughts. You haven't seen a lot? Would you like a recap as to what's going on? Because we finished the game once now. A fire poker. We are taking this with us because that thing is very useful. There's an inscription up here. There is an inscription, and we've probably solved it already. Because I'm pretty sure that this gave us the word for fire. Water goddess blesses the fire. You know, it makes sense that Iox worships the water goddess on some level. This is a fireplace, after all. Perhaps they were afraid of burning the house down. Okay. So, a couple things I need to cover. First, this entire story takes place in a setting called the Nebula. The Nebula is a series of, or an archipelago of rocky islands that are connected together by a series of rivers that flow between them. Those rivers are made out of hydrogen and other various water particles. Now, the big deal with Iox is that it's got a lot of history behind it, about 3,500 years of history. Because of this, several different several different empires have risen and fallen over those years, with the first empire being called the Ancient Empire, and then we get the various ages. We can actually look on the map real quick to show some of this off. So you see that we've got the Ancient Time and the Ancient Empire, and then the Holy Empire. The Holy Empire refers to the empire that came after the Ancient Empire, called the Empire of Iox. Now, eventually, the Holy Empire fell, which gave rise to the Dark Age. Anyway, this is all literally ancient history. We are currently looking at a Holy Empire relic that was hidden within a section of the rivers called the Eye of the Storm, or the Eye of the Cyclone. We are searching for a lost roboticist named Janiki Renba, and it should be noted that robots are leftovers from the Ancient Empire technology, but were commonly used in the Ioxian technology. They kind of used it as a just a leftover. The building won't actually cave in on us, will it? I cannot guarantee that, mistress. But this is the very first big site of the game. And because we have a lot of information already, namely we have a lot of words from our previous playthrough, we're getting a look at a lot of the inscriptions that we couldn't translate perfectly before. I estimate it to be hollow, mistress. There's something inscribed on the lid. Might be a clue as to what's inside. How's that for a recap, Blackjack? Treasures of... That's a lot of many. Enormous? What's the symbol for water? Value? Treasures of enormous value? I mean, it makes sense that you'd put that on a chest. Mayari will be most excited by this find, mistress. Whatever proves to be inside. That sounds interesting. Let's see if I can shift it. Curses. I can't even get my fingers under the lid. I might be able to snap the lock. Mistress, is it moving? It's definitely shifting. Here goes then. Let's see.
And there it was, just lying there. The greatest treasure I ever found.
6. Look at this.
From inside the coffer, from the distant past of the nebula's once great empire.
Incredible.
It was a crown.
Should I put it on? If you like, mistress. Evidently it is a hat after all. Though I imagine it might suit Professor Mayari better. You have to tell me if it suits me. See, I know what this is. I want to see what happens if I put it on. What do you think? Most regal, mistress. Did you hear that? I thought I heard a voice. I heard nothing, mistress, and my hearing is considerably better than yours. Strange. There's something written along the rim. Oh, I think we fully translated this one. This ends up being something along the lines of "May the rivers be ever flowing." Oh, maybe it's not, actually. We remember everything we lose. Nothing we know. We remember everything we lose, nothing we know all. All right, well, we've confirmed that. I wonder if that's referring to the robots. Oh, yeah, Blackjack. So, we're pretty sure, and this is currently a fan theory, and by fan theory, I mean my theory. Is this crown what Mayari wanted us to find? Is this why she sent us out here looking? Mistress, I will have to tell her, mistress. Her motives hardly matter. Yeah, so the fan theory is that robots, or at least some of them, are souls that have been placed in machine bodies. I could slip through here. Are you always this adventurous, mistress? I'm finding it quite exhausting. You'll cope somehow.
In the yard behind the house, there were tools. Plots of earth, washing hung out to dry. It was like the owner had slipped inside for a quick rucker before they came back to chop more wood. Someone had been building a life on this miserable rock.
Garden beds. Something must have been able to grow here once, though I can't see how. What's this crown doing out here? Is this the Emperor's crown? The crown is mentioned in Empire's text, but it's never been found. Is this it? It is, in fact. It. Bone dry. I don't think Janiki found the crown. So why did he come here, if not for the crown? Ooh, we missed this. There's something hanging here. A necklace? What are these things? Flat beads. Ceramic? I'm not sure. The sticks are all but petrified. It can't even rot out here. But there's something cut into it. Yeah, I missed this one last playthrough. This one is a broken piece. Yeah, because we have so many words translated, sometimes we just end up coming across something that sets off just all of the words, as you can see right here. Speak what you know or think. Some of these words we don't know. Okay. Stay under the ground and do not speak what you know. Stay under the ground and do not speak what you know. By the stars, that was a long one. I think there's a person under here. This is a grave. So someone died here. And someone else buried them. But not Renba. The wood is far older than that. Hey, we got a shield. Nice. Oh, I should turn off the shield tree stuff since it's not working right now. I'll have to look into... I know why it's not working. It's because I changed how I stored shield values. I wonder if whoever dug that grave believed in the loop like they do. The Lupists say that you will be reborn into the river. Burying someone prevents them from coming back. It's the worst thing you can do to your enemies. Any chance that we can unbury them? So who's buried outside then? Whoever owned this place first, perhaps? Before it was taken from them. I'm coming back, 6. You found a grave, mistress? How did you know? You insist on talking to yourself, mistress. I assume it has been some time since your last robot. So 2 people died here. One upstairs, who was buried outside, and then later, another by the fire below. 3 people, mistress. Do not forget Renba. Assuming he is, in fact, dead. Yeah, we're still assuming that. There's something up here. What's going on with the fire is overheat. You might want to exclamation overheat yourself. And enlighten yourself on what's going on. Let's see here. Yeah, you notice that Envy is also doing his best to keep the fire tended. Well, that might have been a bit much, Envy. As robots, so are we? Oh, you're doing D&D right now. Okay. As the robots, so are we. I've got a good feeling about that. That's interesting. What does that mean? So the last emperor killed the person who lived here. Then the emperor buried them in the dirt. We only know that the emperor outlived them. We do not know there was a murder. The emperors of Iox were all devout believers in the loop. To bury someone outside instead of returning them to the rivers to be reborn. That's what you do to your worst enemy. If the emperor was hiding here, perhaps he did not want anyone returning to find him. A workbench. Whoever lived here would have needed to be self-sufficient. Then they would have needed water. Or then they would have needed water, mistress. There's a grave out in the back. An old grave. Why would an emperor come out here and bury someone? Good questions. Ones that we may not unfortunately be able to answer, such as the mystery of some histories. History mysteries. This is a comfortable space. Wide, open. Old, mistress. Sum up of the overheat stuff. So basically, what you do is you see how we've got that fire counter in the corner there. We want to get the fire to a certain level, and if you go too high above, it causes the fire to explode, which will later down the line cause the fire to crit. And if the explosion itself is big enough, will also destroy a shield. If you get it too low, then it just keeps trying to pull in more logs. And if you get it just right between the values that you want it above and the values you want it below, then it creates a shield and expends those logs to reset the process. And every time we create a shield, the attacks from the fire get a little bit easier to handle. So add logs to the central fire and just mess around with it until you have an idea of how much we want it at. Envy can give you an idea of that value. I cannot tell anyone. It should also be mentioned that before it creates a shield, it will always do at least one attack. So you should get an idea of how much an attack will add.
After the dead air of the house, it was good to see the sky again.
How do we generate shields? We get it to the correct value. Every attack it will attempt to generate a shield. If it's at the right one, then that's when we get one. With luck, we will be able to trace them. I suggest we take the crown to Professor Mayari directly. We must also inform her of our theories on Renba. No, we still have way more work to do. What is a hopper anyway? A short distance teleporter, mistress. Short distance, ha. That's funny. But what is a hopper? I mean, what's inside it? An interconnected mesh of quantium. The quantium creates some kind of field which the subject is passed through and dissected via... Mistress, does it matter? You're happy enough to fire off the hopper. Even if you don't know how it works? Don't you care what it does to us? It appears to work, mistress. But yeah, if we get the campfire value to the right amount when an attack happens, it will create a shield. If we do not, then it will create an explosion or it will do nothing. Ooh, what's up here? There's an inscription. I should just make a flowchart. A flowchart would probably make this easier to explain. Put that there. Mistress, that translation is clearly incorrect. There must be another phrasing. Oh, no, not forever. Okay. Have I never seen this word? What? Many moons, so emperors are eternal. All right. Yeah, I figured that was too much. Well, might want to wait until it's done. Emperors, just as I thought. I did check up on the code after last session, and it does constantly. So there's always one guaranteed crit after an explosion now, even if the explosion doesn't do any damage. So that was actually functioning correctly. What is this place? Any ideas, Six? The architecture is quite strange, mistress. Evidently it is not Ioxian. And yet, it is grand in its way. There's that, that's the shrine. Assuming it's not an outhouse. Is this channel natural? I don't think it is. Dug out. There must be a wellspring here. A feeble one. One that requires every drop to be used. Water would have run down the channel. Right past the house. Imagine having a stream of your own. Not a bad way to live. If you can withstand the soul-crushing loneliness. What is a wellspring, anyway? A source, mistress. Nothing more. But what is a wellspring? How does it work? Evidently, it is a source, mistress. It has no mechanism, as I understand it. You are not curious, Six. Someone lived out here. They irrigated the land, prayed, here in the eye of the cyclones. Some kind of hermit? No. Damn it. Fuck. Shit. Nope. Restart the game. Wait, no. No. I did not mean to do that. I'm so annoyed. Usually they only have 6 tell you that you can leave. My problem with this is that you can't come back, which has led me to missing a lot in one specific site. So I might have to do all of this again. But you know what? It's better than missing. Okay, good. We're still back here. Cool. Rude. Cancel that real fast. I can barely see the rivers above. And yet, there's something here. Which makes me wonder, what else is out here waiting to be found? Mistress, please. We should not linger. If anything were to go wrong out here, we would never be found. That's the idea. There's something carved into the rock here. This one is a broken piece from an even larger text. Fields? Bless the fields. A devotional description to keep the water flowing. Not the sort of thing an important Nioxian carves with a pocket knife. Perhaps this inscription is older. What's that smell? By all the moons and waters. It's a ship. I mean, it was a ship. Blackened. Presumably the ship was still burning as it fell. This was the hull. It must have been an explosion, mistress. Enough to be seen on Mersey. Light ships don't usually explode. Janiki must have used an invisible propellant to travel. The fire here must have burnt up a lot of air. The remaining atmosphere is thin, mistress. Still, I believe the fire was extinguished before it consumed the whole ship. I suppose. I always assumed we would find Renba. I assumed, I don't know. Mayari made it sound like he'd run away. Perhaps you can take up the matter with Renba in his next life, mistress. So what do we do now? Return to Iox and inform Professor Mayari, mistress. No, we're not done here yet. Give it. Can your tracks handle this kind of terrain, Six? Excellently. Whoever designed my tracks appears to have had this type of ground in mind. If I get tired of walking, maybe you can carry me. If you get tired, I will hopper you back to the ship. Is there a way down? There might be more clues down there. I do not believe it would be wise, mistress. Indeed, I believe it would be quite the opposite. There's something wedged under here. Seems to have survived the fire. Please, please, don't be an arm. It's not an arm. A compass, decorated with the outline of a claw. I would estimate it dates from at least the early Empire. This must have been aboard Janiki's ship, another of his finds. The case seems to be etched with symbols. This is the end of a longer line of text. Do I really not have that word at the end? Nebula is endless. That would make sense. Most likely this comes from the same source as the scratched stylus in the cup that we found in the site of Renba's cache. Presumably people commonly frequented both the two sites. There we go. It must have burned for days. And Janiki? Mistress, there is no hope. Janiki must have been sailing when it fell. He cannot possibly have survived. The channel comes up from the rocks. The wellspring must be down there somewhere. The spring is dead now, mistress, and you are breathing the last air this moon has to offer. Janiki is not here, mistress. Neither is anyone else. Are you ready to go? There's the shrine. There's nothing we can do here, Six. Nothing at all. We have yet to see what's in the shrine. A stone pedestal. Was someone in it? It's Cabenia from Mersey. Did farmers from Mersey build this place? It's the goddess from Mersey, isn't it? Mistress, you can recognize her by her hat. That's not a hat, Six. It's an aura. You are correct, mistress. It is not a hat. Evidently, it is more technically a fascinator. Is that a technical term, Six? The shrine is made of stone. But it's not the same stone as the moon itself. Is it as old as the building? The outer structure is, certainly. But the stone pillar, no. The buildings here are significantly older than the pillar. Brought by a later occupant, then? Whoever it was who buried the original occupant, maybe. Moving it to the moon must have been difficult. A treasured possession, perhaps? A valuable one. Evidently, it is significantly more valuable than the goddess we found within. Is the stone from Mersey? No, mistress. Definitely not. Simply fashioned. Not a treasure, a functional item. What can you tell us, I wonder? On it, there seems to be something etched, mistress. It hurts my eyes to try and read it. Huh. Pretty sure that that's correct as plants. And that's almost certainly grow. Let's do strong instead of stronger. Does may plants grow strong as trees work? Alright, Six, do your thing. I've seen everything. It seems quite apparent. The building is at least 700 years old. How do you work that out? I have been observing the rate of weathering on the stones, mistress. Extrapolating, this building is older than the founding of the Holy Empire of Iox. You know, Six, back on Iox, they say nothing is older than the Empire. That the Empire and the Fall are all that has ever been. If Iox does not believe in history, what is it they think you do? Oh, I missed this one the first time too. This one is a fractured fragment from an even longer text. Welcome, Water's Light? There can't have ever been much light here. Not in all this fog. What fog? I don't see any fog. You just fell off that? It is not so far, mistress. Oh. Not so far my butt. There's something carved above the door. Wow, I missed so much. Nice. Still finding words. Still finding words. Freedom doesn't sound right here. Dawn from dark? Dawn from dark. That will do for now. There's enough dark here, certainly. No way through here. That would have once been open enough. So much text. Let's take another look inside. I will wait for you down here, mistress. I cannot climb stairs. Locked. Or blocked. Or both. Why build something as big as this out here? Let's see what's up here. Oh, now we can go up here. Ruin and rubble. There's something wedged here. A figurine fashioned from stone. It looks like something from the Holy Empire. Looks like there's an inscription. This one is one end of a fractured text. Oh god, that's a lot. We really have a lot of words to work with. Okay. Time. Soon. Rest here and return soon. Probably. This comes from the same place as the dagger I found here before, I think. What's this? It's quite different than the rest of the building. For some kind of telescope? But the position and the bearings are fixed. The material on this is totally wrong. Is it metal? Rubber? It looks like something Oroy might have built. I must remember to ask her about it. And there are scratches in the top here. Something fitted inside the frame and was removed by force. Did you take something, Janiki? But if so, what was this stand meant to hold? Alright, I think we're done here. There's always more to explore, of course. I can't believe how much I missed the first time that I came here. At least 3 inscriptions plus an entire area. There was a tripod up on the roof. Oh, there was a tripod up on the roof. Empty now. But it looks like it might have held something once. What kind of something? I would guess a telescope. This must have been some kind of outpost observatory. An interesting theory, mistress, but I cannot imagine what they wanted to observe. What indeed? You have collected 2 more ancient artifacts here, the figurine and the compass. Also, we have discovered the existence of several new locations of interest. Are you ready to go now, mistress? Do it. Stand by, mistress.
Darkness.
This is not the Nightingale. 6? I hate robots. I hate them. They always do this kind of thing. Right before they give you the speech about how it was for your own good. Mistress, you were about to step on a small ant. My ethical core required me to lock you inside this packing crate. It's cold in here. Six just coming in backwards. There you are. Where's your head? My Ari. What about my Ari? You followed me, Lexi. As I thought you might. Because you knew. Because you've always known. I'm not Mayari. Mayari did not come. She would not face me. I thought so. She lies. She is not who she says she is. She sent me to find Janiki Renba. There isn't time. I found something. Something that matters more than her lies. Tell Lexi there is a great darkness, an all-consuming, hungry darkness, and it is coming. Renba, your ship. It exploded. I'm sorry to tell you this, but you're dead. There is an ancient place, an observatory. It is watching, and it holds the wires of fate in its claws. What fate? The loop is a lie, as you know. I will find it before the vault is lost. The robots know, but they don't remember. Someone long ago made certain they would not remember. Whoops. Renba, just answer one question. What do the robots know? Everything. Well, that's cryptic. That's not helpful at all. You have my apologies, mistress. I do not understand the question. It's nothing, Six. I was thinking aloud. You leak your internal state like a punctured bucket. We're utterly transparent, I'm sure. Try the hopper again. Mistress, the hopper will not function from here. There is no line of sight to the ship. This way, mistress. There's light this way. You don't remember how we ended up in here? Hoppers can misfire due to imperfections, mistress. The eye aboard your ship is quite old. I see where we are now. Although I still don't see how we got in there. 6. Do you know anything about an observatory? No, mistress. Nothing comes to mind. Why would you ask? No reason. Just a passing thought. An observatory. All right. Activate the hopper 6. Excellent, mistress. There you go. Stand by, mistress. And so we left the surface of the last Emperor's hideout in the Cyclones, with rumors of 3 new sites. 3! 3! We're still trying to figure out a lot of the information. But just look at this thing. I heard that whisper while I was wearing it. Interesting. I believe the metal is a casement for a mechanism of some kind. Does it open? Not in any way I can see. But if it does contain a mechanism, I would expect a method by which it might be serviced. My friend Oroy on Elbereth might be able to help. She'd be able to open it up and take a look at it safely. The occupants of Elbereth are hardly trustworthy. Oh, the occupants of Elbereth are hardly trustworthy. What kind of mechanism? Without opening it up, I cannot tell. It's not just pretty, then. Perhaps not, mistress. The actual crown of the Empire. I think so, anyway. From the marker outside the hermitage on the moon near Mersey, I still don't know what it's made of. She looks at home here. But presumably she was fashioned on Mersey. Clay being a material derived from waterlogged mud. I wonder if the Mersians want it back. Time to move on. Mistress, we are receiving a message. It is from Professor Mayari. Put her through. I was not awaiting permission, mistress. Aaliyah, where are you? Following a lead. Ha! Next you'll be asking for a pay raise. This isn't a social call. I wanted to let you know that we're having a celebration for Renba here at the university. I have the sense that he isn't coming back. You don't have to attend, but I thought I'd let you know. You want me to come? I think it might be good for your soul. And I think your soul needs all the help it can get. Come home, Aaliyah, right away. That is all she sent, mistress. Time to move on. What is a chalk, anyway? So we can either go to Mersey, or we can go to lots of other places. Let's head there. We're going to stall as much as we can.
We set course once more for Mayerzy. I found myself looking forward to it. It was a good place, despite the people. It was everything Elbereth could have been.
Whoops. I did not see that river. I literally just fell straight through. Oh, there was a structure. Damn it. Hold up. I need to see it. I need to see if we can get there. So Blackjack, are you taking the day off to just kind of chill since you just got the chapter out? Ah, fuck. Well, we're never going to be able to see that one again.
Some say the rivers have a source. A single wellspring where they all begin. People love tidy explanations for things.
Renba didn't hop her down. He landed his boat. Black Skylands? What's it about? Tried to. Or else he wasn't able to return. So I'm going to try something out of pure desperation. I suspect Master Renba attempted to detonate himself off the surface of the moon. Go right momentarily, mistress. I am not passing control to 6 because we are going to try and go back there. I could sail forever. Interesting, mistress. Could you sail forever, or would you run out of sky? So what we're going to do is we're going to manually pilot back there. Since we can't actually... Oh. I don't think we can manually sail back there. There's no way for me to get there again. The river is gone. The river is gone. God damn it. Fine. Fine, 6. You can have it.
The soft, wet wind of Mersey hadn't seemed gentle before. I could see it now. Maybe Remba really had liked this place.
It's definitely her, isn't it? Definitely. The quality of carving is poor, but there are unmistakable details. Do people from Mersey sail then? Did they live on that hideout moon? Or did Renba take the statue with him and leave it there? It is unlikely they sail, mistress. Moons in the Protectorate are mostly without boats of their own.
I had the clay figurine with me, in my bag, wrapped up safely in a cloth.
I wonder if they can tell me what it was doing out there. Good question.
Everything on Mersey was as we'd left it. The flowers still bloomed. The water still bubbled.
Greetings once more, stranger. Tell us quickly, did you find your man? I found the remains of his ship. The fire in the sky. I am sorry for your loss. Do you know what he was doing out here? Out there? No. He visited us for a time and then he left. He did not say his proper farewells. What do you mean by that? While he was here, he encouraged one of our women, Anulia, to marry an Ioxian. Would have been fortunate for her. Unfortunate. I met her, I think. She still waits for his return. How long was she here? Or was he here? Not long enough, in my view. I grant you. Do you know why he left? Do you know why he left? He was intending to come back, I think.
You are kind. I will tell her that. It will help.
Let me hear about something else. I brought you something.
Cabenia, where did you find this?
On a distant moon by a ruined house. In the middle of a hurricane.
This is a hermit's effigy. Given to a hermit when they go out alone to remind them of the place that gave them birth. See, here. She opens. Do you see inside?
I don't remember what this says, but I'm pretty sure that I did get it correct. And he gave us a few words for free by doing this. The waters divide us and join us.
Impressive.
I suppose the rivers do join us.
They did, once. No one knows now how to sail. Hyox denies it to us. We will put Cabenia back in the well shrine. She prefers the damp. She has been on a long journey, I think.
Wait, something fell out. It's here in the grass. Some kind of foil?
It is quite evident, mistress. That is a arabesque foil.
Someone hid it inside the figurine?
Perhaps. It is of little interest to me. The foil is yours, if you want it, Ioxian. I hope you find it of value. Good faith to you, good lady. A touching scene, mistress. Time to go?
Yep. There's nothing else here. I already checked it all.
The foil, mistress. I do not immediately recognize where it was produced.
Someone hid it inside that figure. Our empire, or emperor, perhaps? Or Renba? And why?
It must contain something of great value. I will translocate the origin of the foil as best I can, mistress.
Let's start sailing.
Aaliyah.
Yes?
You didn't come, Aaliyah. I said we wouldn't wait for you, and you didn't come.
Mayari, is that you?
Well, it isn't Renva's ghost. Where were you?
How was the celebration?
It was quite beautiful. He will enjoy hearing about it when he comes around.
I'll let you know if I see him.
The loop provides, Aaliyah, as you well know. When next I see you, I will expect an apology you can convey. Yeah. What time is it? It's 8:32. What have we got in terms of locations? This is still here. We still need to find more things. I'm wondering, I guess we go this way, loop around, and then we get to see all of this. Going to be a lot of sailing. So we can go straight to Elbereth, but I'm not going to. If Renbo was hiring laborers from Elbereth, then the lady who runs the market there should remember him. Can't be many Ioxians hiring workers from there. What market, mistress? It's up in the Catkiss. I think you're going to hate it. I know he's going to hate it. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
They say on Elbereth, if you sail too far, you'll meet yourself coming back. But I've sailed plenty far, and I still don't know who I'm supposed to be.
I've been considering Renba's decision to hide the funeral robe, mistress. It implies that he knew what it was. He knew it was significant. He did indeed. Why do you think Renba hid the rope? Perhaps he simply wished to hide his discovery of the ruined moon. But otherwise, it occurs to me that he might have known the site would be discovered. And he wished to conceal what he found and had removed from there. And who he found there. He found the last Emperor of Iox there. So why hide the evidence the way he did? Interesting. The more you get right about the story, the more text you get about it. You will be aware that the Great Loop requires that bodies are burned, mistress. Okay, we take a left here. It is a practical requirement of the loop. A soul cannot come again until it has left its original body. That's a fast one. That's okay, because if we take a right here... Why would someone wish to conceal the last empire had not returned to the rivers? Perhaps someone claims to be the emperor... perhaps because someone claims to be the emperor returned. Renba said Mayari was lying. About who she was? Renba was a dedicated member, as is Professor Mayari. God, this place is beautiful. Take that left. Are you saying Mayari claims to be an actual emperor? I do not know her. But if she did, what would a discovery such as Renba's mean for her? That's an interesting question. Because that implies that she might need that crown. There's still so much left to explore. Mostly around here and some around here.
I found my first ruin the second time I went sailing. I was trying to get back to Elbereth, but of course I missed the turning and I found myself on the twisting rivers of the Wires. I pretty much screamed the whole way down. But at the bottom, there it was. A hunk of rock with a dome. Big enough to tether to. I found a brass eagle. And I took it home to Mayari, like I'd killed the thing.
Doesn't really matter which way. I think we can pass control to 6. And he'll get us the rest of the way. Elbereth.
We landed in the dust, outside the great walls of Elbereth. No one looked up to watch us arrive. The people here only ever looked down.
So this is Elbereth. This was your home. This is my home. I have seen little but Iox, mistress. This is not like here. This is not like there. Are you so sure? Are you so sure you understand, Iox? You've only just been activated. I've been there 10 years and I don't understand the place properly. Dirt, mistress, is dirt. Iox does not have it, and Elbereth does. Good faith to you. Fire wet. How goes things? All fire and no smoke, as they say. Thank you. Walk with the goddess, or die on Iox, I don't care. Doesn't matter how often I come back here. Once you've left, no one allows you to return. What exactly is a catkiss? Oh, we found the thing. A pen decorated with the eagle and sun, dating from the Ioxian Empire. And there's an inscription. It's really minuscule. This is the end of a longer line of text. Interesting. So the relics are actually random. I was not expecting that. Because previously we found a different relic here. And I was coming back here to see if I could pick it up. Fine, right? That's a new word. Or maybe only some of the relics are random. I have no idea if that's let. Hello, Musy. And hello, Countdown. How are you? Welcome, welcome. We are currently trying to translate this little piece. And I don't know what I'm doing. What am I missing? Acts. Oh, I do it. Oh, I keep doing this. Thank you for letting me know, Final Countdown. I don't know why I've been so bad about that lately. I keep forgetting. Probably because I've been starting the stream immediately rather than just double checking to make sure everything is correct. Heavens. Vault. There we go. Derp derp. Thank you, Musy, for the raid. I assume that you were directed here by a certain individual. Feel like that happens to you quite a bit? Yep, no problem. That's more. Wait, did that? Yes, we can go to a different. Oh, this is new. No. Okay, we've seen there. You asked who you raid. What were you streaming, Musy? It is decaying. Wilting. It has no water. Whoop. Can I not go down here? Oh, okay. I wonder who that certain individual is. Yes, indeed. Oh, no, don't go back to the Nightingale. No, don't leave. We're good. We just got here. We are not leaving right now. You were doing tarot readings. Interesting. Were you doing tarot readings for people in chat, I guess? I'm guessing? That is a lost skill that you don't see very often. Who is O'Roy Mistress? She's a fixer. A fixer. She fixes things. Like Bets. That's not actually what she is, but... Mistress, I consider it statistically likely that you have not truly answered my question about O'Roy. You'd be right. Stone feet. The slums below are named after these feet. They're the oldest things here. The original statue must have been huge. Also, don't worry about the fire, Musey. The fire is kind of trying to eat everything right now. It does that occasionally. Around this time every year. Bigger than the statue on Mersey? 4 or 5 times bigger, mistress. But it must be of a similar age, however. But you know, the statue on Mersey didn't have feet. I never thought it might be unusual before. This way, 6. We're going to visit everywhere before we leave here.
The smell of the slums made me feel like a child again. It hadn't been a happy time. A simple one, at least.
You were multi-streaming on platforms like YouTube, Twitch, and Trovo? Oh, what do you use to multi-stream? We're also multi-streaming over on Twitch. Or, sorry, over on YouTube right now. Although, there's not that many people watching over on YouTube. Something happened over there. These structures might topple at the small... careful, mistress. These structures might topple at the smallest knock. Stop fretting. Wood isn't stone, but it's strong enough. After all, the Nightingale is only made of wood. And the Nightingale's a spaceship. So, well, a light ship. Which is about the same thing, right? Restream. Ah, okay. I didn't think that Restream... do you actually use the premium version of Restream? I thought Restream required
The
a premium
heart of the
subscription to do
Godspeed
more than one.
slum was Timor's bar.
Or sorry, more than 2. Why no? Elia Lazra.
Timor had never once set foot inside the upper citadel, or so he liked to claim.
By the turning of the waters, you're back. Timor, you should call me Al. It's not easy to have a list of people to join in when multiple platforms want in on readings. Yeah. You're able to do 3? I might try another platform at some point. My bot operates on both Twitch and YouTube, and I can tell you that took a lot of work to do, and it still doesn't work perfectly. But, and by that I mean, like, I literally programmed my bot for YouTube. But yeah, I've been trying to do multi-streaming for a while too. You may notice I am not a affiliate. That's because I wanted to try multi-streaming again after being an affiliate wasn't exactly working out so well for me. Wasn't that interested in being tied to a single platform anyway, so kind of works out. It's a good name. Doesn't sound like me. The orphan from Elbereth Gutter who moved to Iox. If that isn't exaltation, then I will need a protest to tell what is. Now,
He
come
was
over
the
here and have
king
a
of the
drink.
dung heap.
And are you well? They gave me another robot. Really, Elia? You are a danger to the local economy. Some of us have to work for our assets.
don't think I'm going to sell this one.
I might.
Mistress. But you've upset it, Aaliyah. But all the same, the rules are rules. I will wait as instructed, mistress. They must adore you on Iox to keep giving you those things. Or they don't like robots. Ha! Could be, could be. Well, Musi, glad to see you here. This is a story-focused stream. So if you are at all interested in games with a emphasis on story, feel free to let me know. I've been streaming this for quite a while. This is a New Game Plus playthrough of Heaven's Vault. And if you require a little bit of a recap to figure out what's going on, and honestly, I don't really blame you, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Yeah, if you require a recap, don't hesitate to ask. A lot of story games, they're a little bit hard to follow because they tend to go from multiple streams, and sometimes a recap is necessary. I also do my own writing, though I don't really showcase that very much on the stream. Right now, the Dark Forest is on fire. Don't worry about that. We'll be fine. Probably. You should let me pay for this. You'll pay me back one day. I feel sure of that. Please, Timur. I'm never going to marry you. You'll need to stop asking. I know you won't. That's why I ask. You just like to poison my day? It's a safe way to keep in practice. Why do men always have to have someone to chase? You're like cats. I worry for you, Aaliyah. I know you're all right now on that ship of yours. But one day you'll need a place to be. You've been stumped on games to play at the moment? Your PS4 took a dump on yours? Oh god, that sucks. What do you typically stream? I assume the tarot cards is not a common thing? Or do you specifically stick to tarot card readings? I'd love to see it. I have no idea how to do tarot card readings, though I do have my own set. You're visiting the Catkiss today? What does that word mean, Catkiss? I'm not sure exactly. It's very old. Catkiss is usually a word for a king or a leader. The laborers called the people who hired them.
He liked me.
She says that with such disgust.
They say rocker is made from river water, that it burns your throat with the cold of space. But it isn't true. Timur knocks it up out back in an old metal bin.
So, is the cleaning job keeping you busy? I told you before, I'm not a cleaner. But of course you are, picking through dead people's jewelry. You want another Rocky? Yeah, sure. I've got nowhere to be. Here. Can I talk to him directly? There we are. I saw something terrible out in the Cyclones. The burned out wreck of a ship. It belonged to someone at the university. Tarot/video games, you do both. He died there. And it could have been you.
Easily. I do a lot of things. For a long time I was doing narrations as well, but I eventually decided to split that out into its own separate channel. I'll probably end up doing narrations again, but it will just be on that channel. Life is a risk. I just feel bad for him, that's all. Of course you do. Have a drink in his honor. I heard something out there about a darkness. I've never talked to Timur in the previous playthrough, so I'm kind of curious if there's a lot more dialogue for him. Something that would fall across the whole nebula. Oh yes? Did you hear that in the war rooms of Iox? I heard it from a robot on a ruined moon. Games it varies. You played Pokemon, Final Fantasy. Ah. Honestly, I would believe you more if you said you'd had seen it written in the waters. How about some good news then? I have something for you. A battered incense. Aha! This is the one I was looking for. It looks like it dates from the earliest days of the Empire. Oil burning. The glass is the sort they blow here on Elbereth. You didn't just buy this from the market. No, I didn't buy it. And it's not from here. The maker didn't include an inscription on the glass. Still, I suspect this comes from a totally different site than the pen I found before. In fact, I don't think I've seen anything equivalent to this battered incense burner before. Which means it originates from a site that's undocumented. You don't want to keep it? I don't know what it's worth, I'm sure. But if you keep buying drinks here, well, that I can put a number to. Is there... I guess that's all the dialogue he has right now.
I had my first taste of Rucker when I was 8. I didn't pay for it that time either.
You tend to like JRPGs a lot, Musy? I feel like I've seen your name. Have you ever... What was it? Countdown. Skoda, where was the the first place that I met you from? There was another streamer that you tended to hang around with. Well, time to leave, I guess. He doesn't have any more dialogue for me. I'd better go. Be seeing you, Timur. Sail safe. I never really found a satisfying voice for Timur. I don't think it's random bystander. It's another streamer. We still have more to do here. Oh god. Where does this go? Ah. But yeah. Stuff here is... I wanted to do just all stories, not just video game stories here, but the actual narrative readings didn't seem to do very well, and they weren't ever really going to take off, so I decided to just put them somewhere else. It seemed like it was confusing the YouTube algorithm anyway, so we'll just stick with games for now. I can still do them, I just do them on a second channel. This is the gate to the upper citadel. Mistress, there is only solid rock behind this door. Ah, I comprehend. It is a hopper. It's one of the oldest things on Elbereth. It still works amazingly. I cannot see the eye, mistress. Without a line of sight to the eye, I cannot take us inside. What is a hopper eye? The eye is a focus, mistress, nothing more. It receives and recapitulates the hopper signal. Think of it as a funnel into which sand is being poured. I must assume this gate contains the hopper source. There must be a comparable gate above fitted with an eye. So who makes hoppers? What do they come, or where do they come from? Where do I come from, mistress? Or the moons? Or the rivers? Where does anything come? You are a very incurious robot. I assume you have used the gates before? We Elberethians know how to use it. What is the word, mistress? Catkiss. Nothing's happening. Most impressive, mistress. Set Bayuki Rifar. Kibenya? Yeni hua sale katalati. Well, look at that. What just happened? The goddess name got me through. Have you taken robots to Oroi before? This is the main courtyard. There are alleys leading off in all directions. It's easy to get lost here. We're gonna go to Tappy's shop.
To strangers, the cat kiss is like a maze. But I'd spent 10 years tearing through these alleyways. I could have found my way to Tappy's in the dark.
If Renma really was hiring workers from here, he will have hired them from the market. We could see if we can find anyone who knows what he was doing. Tappy's place isn't big, but inside it's a treasure trove. Hold it! Oh! But it's you! Welcome back to Elbereth, Moonflower. Give it back, Tappy. Whatever it is you took. I confess, I only really saw the robot. But friends, as you know, are friends. So you have your no doubt precious brooch back. Mistress, do not trust this man. It's a bit late for a warning, Six. "12 years too late. I already don't trust him. You adore me instead. I prefer it that way. Now, come on in out of the cold. It seems as though I will wait here.
Tappy's place was a little museum to junk. Pots and boxes, spoons and hooks and pocket knives.
It's so good to see you back on Elbereth, Aaliyah. The rivers above grow dull when you're not with us.
And at the centre of it all was Tappy, grinning away like a skull in a bodysuit.
Wait, can I go up here? Tappy, don't flirt with me. I know perfectly well you don't mean it. But this is what makes it so enjoyable. All of the flavor with none of the hangover.
Listen, Tappy. I want to show you an artifact.
Oh, yes.
This is a battered brass incense burner embossed with an eye motif dating from the earliest, I don't know. I think that was a typo.
You're off to bed? All right. Have a good night.
A figurine fashioned from stone, dating from the Holy Empire.
It's passable. Still, I can most likely do a little distance with that. I have something of a similar period, I think. Yes, this is it. A model carved from antler.
There's a printed message on it.
There's so many relics I haven't seen. This time I'm going to be trying to give a lot of stuff to Tappy. Because, I mean, why wouldn't I? He seems trustworthy, right? Alright, I do hope that we see Musi again at some point. Musi seems like a fun person. I'll have to check out their stream. Countdown, can you remind me to check it out? Actually, hold up. Twitch. There we go. I have done the subscribe, the follow, the thing. I've done the thing so that I can follow up on that. Huh.
No good. I'd have to start again and try it a different way.
Okay, I figured that menu probably wasn't correct. There we go.
My translation 20 doesn't feel right.
Then that's another number. I have no context for numbers. So 100? Some of us have lived 100 times. I think that's correct.
I think this comes from the same source as the figurine and the square of foil that I discovered on the hideout moon. There must have been a strong connection between the two locations. This should help us locate it.
So, you've inspected the merchandise, the model for your stone figurine.
Sure. You have a deal.
Indeed I am. Hello, Ragnar. I figured that this playthrough we're going to be trying to give Tappy as many things as I can. It will take me some time to set up buyers for what you've given me. Anything else, let me consider that best. Do I have to reset the time? I did turn down text speed a little while back. Don't get any less marvelous. Go up the stairs opposite Tappy's shop and watch 6. Hold up. This one? 6! What the hell? Why can he climb those stairs? I'd never even noticed that. I'm pretty sure I've gone up those stairs
On
too.
Elbereth, you could buy anything for any purpose.
Strong as oxen. Dependable. Sheep. Mistress. What is this lady selling? It's a work market. Workers? Are you surprised? This is Elbereth. It's about as far from Iox as you can go. So robots can climb stairs, Six just doesn't want to. I cannot be here, mistress. There's a lot of times when Six seems to do things that surprise me, though. The market is for people, not machines. You're in no danger. I am not concerned for myself. My ethical core is programmed against suffering. It does not differentiate by economic status. Mine is just the same, Six. But there's nothing we can do. I am compelled to expend a considerable number of cycles verifying that before I can simply accept it, mistress. I'm sorry, Six. The big book? Yeah. I wish I could fix it for you, I really do. The library, I assume you mean. You're lost, Farwet? I want to ask you about a man named Renba. And you brought a Mayamek with you. A robot here. It's not for sale. Ha! I wouldn't take your Mayamek if you left it here in a basket. Why would I? Yeah, we found the book. I translated as much of it as I could, but there were some things that I had to just guess at. You'd rather use people like machines instead? It's just a weak-mech. A weak-mech. An employer. Well, these things. What good are metal things to anyone? Perhaps you're hoping to start a riot? I don't want an argument with you. Then get off my moon and take that thing with you. I'll do what I choose. I didn't get into this conversation last time. Ha! You're fearless, aren't you? I'd like you if you weren't such a salahua. I don't know what that is. Don't you have a stall to run? Or is business slow today? You Ioxians, you eat the failure of others. And your kind won't be happy until only the Mayameki can eat. If you go out of business, I won't shed a tear. And neither will the people you have in chains. Farewell, Salahua. Well, that could have gone better. I guess we're not finding that particular site quickly. Which is a shame, because I figured out how to get the knife in. Soul King! Oh my god, that is a disturbing set of emotes. Where did you get those? Just don't get soft locked. How can you get soft locked? Not as bad as the licky emote you got? Oh no. So I assume that you've also done a couple of separate playthroughs of this, Regnar. Oh, how do you say your name? Is it Regnar, or is there some specific pronunciation on the second bit? Ah, okay, fair. We need to talk to Oroy. This time I'm going to have her break the crown. I will follow, mistress. Interesting, they do have stairs here. Or they do have ramps
Oroy
here.
was my oldest friend. We'd grown up in the orphanage together. But I had left Elbereth and she had stayed.
This whole area is Oroy's, I think. She's useful. And people like to give her space. That's a lot of space. I have no idea what these things do. Oroy's always playing around with magnets and things. Basically had IOX closed in the required destination at the same time. Not easy to do. How did you get IOX to be closed to you? Is this a shop? Is this junk for sale? It's not junk. It's not all of it, anyway. I cannot see why anyone would buy anything from here. I wonder how business is going. The alms tray looks pretty empty. There was an answering clatter from behind the door. What do we do now? What do we do now? Now we wait for Oroy to finish whatever she's doing in there. And come and see who we are. All right. What do you want? Oh. It's you. Oroy. So? You're here to dump another broken robot on me. I hoped you could fix that robot. I wonder which robot that was. Sure. You made out like it was dented, not fried. What's wrong with this one? This one has memory problems. It can't remember being activated or anything before that. I understand that is quite normal. A core shouldn't forget anything unless instructed to. But it's certainly common. I guess people don't like recording machines following them around. Can you get its memories back? Probably not.
We'd been friends. Once.
You don't remember the exact procedure, but you need to bring the two Elberethians to Iox and then spook Wang. How do you spook Wang? I found a Rebesque foil hidden in a statuette. An old one. Hidden away by an emperor. You can't get much from a foil on its own. They all work in different ways, depending on where and how they were made. Can you tell where this one was made? I doubt it. You're the archaeologist. It's quite something. Too delicate for empire work. This is either ancient or was made an ancient way. In the empire, they carved these things by hand. They were useless. The ancients were better at making foils. Better than the empire. Of course. How do you think they made so many robots? Empire foils could barely store a picture. Talk to him, 6, I assume, about the fall? Oh, Huang. Talk to Huang about the fall. I thought that Huang wasn't a loopist? I think loopist is the correct term. Don't mind the fire. The fire's trying to eat everything. Also, I would recommend not adding logs to the fire directly until you know about overheat, if you're interested. Basically, the fire is trying to eat the campgrounds right now. We're trying to keep it at a very specific level. So that it keeps not eating the campgrounds. Oh, if you're interested in the vote stuff, I'd recommend the check options. Yeah, there you go. What Envy's done. Envy has been tending the fire for a long time here because he's trying to make sure that the fire doesn't go berserk. The bot's a whole thing. I don't have the time to explain it right now, but we can get into it later once I'm out on the rivers. All right, let's show her the crown. I found something incredible, Oroy. Oh, did you? A purpose for your life, maybe. Can you keep a secret? All right, fine. Now I'm intrigued. We sailed into the cyclones. A dusty, rocky place, totally deserted, and... Wait. You sailed into the cyclones? Aaliyah! Are you mad? It wasn't that dangerous. Only an enormous space storm 10 times bigger than Elbereth. Did you even know if there was a river out? I did know. And Ioxian had been there and came back. So whatever Iox can do, Elbereth can do too? Aaliyah, sometimes I just think you really need to get yourself a real life. Mistress, you cannot be intending to give the Emperor's crown to this woman. Here you go. Have fun. Look at what I found, Oroy. Just look at it. Oroy held the crown gingerly, like it was some kind of injured animal. By the goddess, what are you? The right bulk for a basic power source. There are contacts under the rim. What is this? That's exactly the question. You want me to take it apart? We have not. I've not actually ever found Renba's body. I'll take a look. I cannot believe you entrusted such a find to such a person. In such a place. Such an action is almost statistically impossible, but you did it anyway. It's on a... Oh, really? Interesting. She'll figure it out. Whatever it is. That crown is a treasure of the Empire. All Mistress Oroy will likely do is lose it. With no offense intended to Mistress Oroy, that is. I'll let you know what I find. Did you ever fix that robot I sold you? No. Whatever it lost out there, it was really gone. I ended up borrowing a few internals for my collection. Disgusting! You found it once on your way back to the from the Market Moon. I need to explore that general area at some point because there's a lot in that area that I just haven't looked at. I've been trying to find all the ruins that I possibly can, but it's easy to forget. I kind of wish that you could plot lines directly to ruins after you find them. Also, some ruins you actually can't get back to if you miss them, which sucks. I've already seen one of them. Can you? Every time I try to, it just disappears. Maybe that's a bug. I also really wish that you could go back to sites that you've already visited, but I can't seem to do that either. How's your family? My son is fine. My daughter... That's another story. What happened to your daughter? My daughter thinks she's in love. That does happen, alright. She's a child, Aaliyah. How old is she now? You know perfectly well how old she is, and she's not old enough. Yeah, those ones you can go back to. I'm talking... I named my daughter after you. Did I ever tell you that? I knew. Hold it. You can't walk into my house. You don't own this place, you know. Look after the crown, Oroy. Don't let it out of your sight. Don't offer me advice on being cautious, Aaliyah. How many robots have you lost now? Alright. Aaliyah Elazra. What a name. The ruins when you're looking for somewhere are different? Yeah. I can plot lines to those. I wish that you could go back to them. That's what bothers me. I'm talking about the sites. Now, I'm going to show you something once we get back to the rivers, because I'm pretty sure that something's broken on my game based on what you've said. And maybe you can confirm or deny that. I suggest we return to Iox to inform Professor Mayari of what we've done with the crown. That's a lie. We're going back. I imagine there's probably a couple things that you can do with the crown too, such as, oh, I don't know, trading the whole thing away. I kind of want to see what happens if you do that. So Frenba found the last emperor unreborn, but Mayari believes she is the last emperor. Does that give her reason enough to want to keep Frenba silent? To somehow make him and his ship and findings just disappear? This is pure speculation, mistress. Speculation, but not wrong, then. Indeed. For some reason, there's no word for going down. The reason for that seems quite obvious for me, mistress. Waste receptacles flush outwards. How many times have you played this, Ragnar? This is just my second time right now. So my library isn't as, or my dictionary isn't as complete as I'd like it to be. Leave the moon. Leave the moon. 4-ish? Would you say that each playthrough was separate or was different? With enough new evidence to find an undiscovered site, the moon in the ghost's wake. I'm looking forward to this. This one's a big one. You think you tend to do the same things? I'm trying to do different things this time, but that doesn't necessarily equate to actually doing different things. Mistress, I should inform you that I've told Professor Mayari about the crown. She is expecting it. You bastard! Why did you do that? I might ask why you did not want me to, mistress. Because there's a specific site I want to take it to. I want to take it to the Withering Palace. Six is so unhappy with me. I want to see what happens if you take the crown to the Withering Palace and then put it on. Oh, right. So I was talking about, so these little blue dots are the sites that I found but wasn't able to get to. So if I try to like plot a course here, I can select it and then hit plot course and then it just disappears. And that's always been the case with the blue dots. I don't know why they do that. Is that not how that's supposed to work? Now, admittedly, that one I couldn't get to. But these ones I need to get to at some point. There's a lot. Now, something I didn't realize is that apparently the relics that you can find are randomized. So you're not going to get all of the relics in a single run. Yeah, but the potential sites still exist. It's not like they disappear as soon as you've finished. And then there's the ones like this, which, like, I can hit plot course. Oh shit, that actually works. Never mind. Never mind. Gotcha. That's interesting.
I once thought I saw a fish in the waters of the Silk Pass. But maybe it was a mermaid.
Oh, you know what it probably is? So I tried to get back to the hideout moon over here at some point, but I discovered that this river here doesn't exist after you've completed the hideout moon. So there are just certain places you can't get back to. So it probably doesn't let you plot a course to a location that you can't go to. Okay, that makes more sense. Which means that any potential ruins that you could find that you did not find are not accessible. Apparently one of them is Renbo's body. I'll take a look at that. There's a lot of them here. Ooh, I would have liked to take that road. But there must be some deeper connection between this site and the last Emperor's hideout in Cyclones. It is most likely a connection Master Renbo was not interested in. Oh, that's Six talking. It's really hard to tell when it's Six versus her.
So what was he interested in?
I do not know, mistress. The route goes left, mistress. How much can the endings of this game vary? Because my first playthrough just ended with either vault, don't vault, or leave. I assume you might be able to do something else. That's it? Okay. But you have more of a picture if you keep going. Whee! Hold left and right. Oh! I did not know that this was a thing. Interesting. That's actually very handy, thank you. Guess that makes sense. You're furling the entire sail, right? So let's see, where else can we go here? Wait, where? Where? I want to see it. Ah, there it is. I'm not reading the ruined text. There's just so much of it, and it's all the same. A silver scimitar? What the heck? Okay. Oh, I guess that isn't the word for protected. I don't know what that word is then. I'm trying to figure out. It's the opposite of life. It's not and, I can tell you that. Fear. Light. Power. Power and fear. Well, we're gonna have some trouble getting back to these, I can tell you that. Can you get to these sites before you actually know their direct location? Like, if you've unlocked them in previous playthroughs, can you just sail straight to them? I never actually tried.
6, what happened to the river? I mean, we're sailing. It's a pretty good pace to sail at. You trying to nail down the exact amount, NB? We're gonna leave. So we're going to leave, come around the side to this branch, see what this ruin is. Oh god, it is really late. I might actually have to, shit. No, no, damn it. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Do you actually know what Opus is, Ragnar? I put that on with the full express understanding that no one would understand what that game was. So if that is something that someone knows, I'd be very interested to see it. Opus is one of those games that I had no idea existed. Oh god. Okay, well, we're going straight to the relic, or to the ruin. You played an Opus game once, not sure of which anymore. Ah, okay. There's at least two games just named Opus. Well, rip those ruins. We didn't need that anyway.
Of all the sites I travelled to with the robot, most of them seemed lost, abandoned. But this one felt like it had been hidden.
I still wonder who's keeping the lanterns going. How much further? Not far, mistress. The path turns here. The lanterns are all still burning, 6. Are there people here? Might have been a rocket of whispers. There's only one. Yeah, this one's more of a visual novel. And definitely didn't finish it now. I kind of want to play them again. Okay. Where is... Can I interact with this? What should we expect? I am unsure, mistress. Can I not? Aaliyah. Aaliyah. Look at the thing. Did Renba come here at all, I wonder? There is no way to be sure. Can I would... Aaliyah will not look at the tree. Okay, whatever. I guess we're just gonna miss out on that one.
Oh, I think that you missed a space in the name. You can copy and paste it directly from the list and that should work. If you're still interested in voting for it, that is. There's something worked into the stone beneath the vines. Thanks, 6. What a wonderful view of 6. Okay, what does this say? I think that some of the inscriptions are a little bit randomized too. A little bit. I'm genuinely not sure. In Mercy, we find Mercy. Yeah, this one we found later on. Oh yeah, shorter games get a little bit of a bonus, which is why when you put 29 in, it ended up giving you a much larger amount. So Opus is less than 50 hours, so it has some amount of bonus. Because we wanted to incentivize getting something that's short off the list faster. In Garden, we find Garden. In Peace, we find Peace. I think we'll go with In Peace, we find Peace. Yeah, that'll work. Sounds pleasant. I did. Yeah, we did end up finding the grave. We also haven't visited Huang yet because I'm intending to give as many items to Toppy this playthrough as I can. The main gate. The ancients never had the foresight to leave their doors unlocked. Some kind of courtyard. A horned statue. An ancient goddess guarding her space. Is this place a temple? No good. No, mistress. I do not believe there is a keyhole. No keyhole? So how did people get in? It may function like the gate on Elbereth, mistress. There may be a passphrase or some other mechanism. I don't suppose the one that we just translated was it? I bet Cabinia would work again. There must be a way through 6. Of course, mistress. There is a hopper eye inside the courtyard. If I may. Go ahead. Wait, mistress? Wow. Last time I just went around the side. I didn't realize that you could just hop her in.
The wind died.
We're intact? I believe so, mistress.
The smell of flowers flooded the misty air.
Strange layout for a temple. No shrines, no priest's quarters. I leant over a flower and inhaled deeply. Musk and rose. A perfume garden. This whole place is incredible. It's perfect. Evidently, it is more than 1,500 years old. So what is this place? There is a high diversity in plants and flowers. I would suggest some sort of botanical garden.
So this is some kind of devotional garden. A monastery rather than a temple, maybe? Now, what's interesting about that graveyard is that I completely missed it the first playthrough, so I never even saw that. No sign of Renba, though. Most likely he didn't find this moon. This is the bridge we saw from below. Mistress, a warning. I believe the running water has compromised the stonework of the bridge. Compromised? It feels solid to me. Oh, that. In the Vault Moon. Yeah, I never found that. Is there a way across the water? Perhaps. We have not yet thoroughly explored. I'm sure it'll be fine. This bridge has been here a long time. Mistress, I can only tell you the statistics based on the actual wear of the masonry. I cannot compensate for optimism. Some kind of temple to the horned goddess. But I wonder what the connection to the hideout moon was. More doors. I forgot about these doors. We could break it down? Perhaps Mistress intends to use my holographic head as a battering ram. Why, yes, Six. What a fantastic idea. No need to be snippy, Six. There is no need to be persistently inaccurate, Mistress. Mistress. We have things. This one's definitely stuck. A tree has demolished the corridor beyond. The same fate will eventually overtake this place, Mistress. Perhaps we could finish our explorations before that happens. No. No, Six. We will become part of the relic. This must have been a stray seed once. Nothing more. Now look at it. It'll bring the whole place down in the end. The tree is a creature like any other, Mistress. Slow, but ultimately self-interested. I don't think there's much else here. Did this gate ever open? There are no hinges. All right. Ooh. Inscriptions. That's an eagle and sun. This is an Empire period ruin. And about 1,000 years more recent than you thought. And there's another inscription along the edge of the design. This is the start of an ancient period of... this is the start of this. Wrong! Oh god. That's gotta be wrong, since it's the reverse of truth. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you... Where is it? Is there anything else that we can add? No? There we go. I can add my translation for wrong to my dictionary now. I like having good words. Okay, so that's life, I believe. Or lives? Something close to that. Many. Slave, honesty, food. Army. Honesty? It doesn't have the word for truth in it, though. I think that this is still correct. I wonder what that really tells us about the Emperor. or the Empire. Nothing, mistress. Any scribe can lie. Excuse me. Ooh. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the stream here because it is 10 p.m. for me, and I do have work tomorrow. So, if you are at all interested in seeing more of the streams, I would highly recommend giving me a follow. Or if you are even interested in going in why the fire is currently trying to eat the everything, don't worry about that. It's probably fine. Probably. Anyway, yes, I am going to send everyone off to somewhere else for now. Oh my god, someone's playing Wander Song. I have to raid them. Hold up, hold up. There's no way I cannot not raid them. No space, Blackjack. There you go. Anywho, thank you to my Patreon supporters, Tenace Games, Zebgrin, Slime Hunter, Walks with Gorillas, my dad, Kremlin Cav, Desalona, Miss Mango Plays, NBFF, Alpha Mango, Kawok, Ferritanium, and Molly Copper and Paper Duplas for continuing to support the stream. If you would like to support the stream, you can do so over at Patreon. And yeah. I am going to go ahead and raid a friend of mine named Zero Kirby, who is currently going through Wander Song, which is a phenomenal game. Oh, and he's in the pirates section. Oh, yes, that's even better. Okay. Yeah. See you guys all over there. Bye.